In this video, we will look at a polynomial expression and see how the term with the largest power dominates the rest of the terms when x is really, really large. So we're looking at the polynomial expression 3x squared plus 10x plus 90. And I have this square here that represents the total value of that polynomial expression. So the whole square represents the current value of 3x squared plus 10x plus 90. Right now it has a value of 215. We see that x equals 5. So when x equals 5, the whole polynomial expression has a value of 215. And we see that 3x squared makes up for about 35% of that total value. 10x makes up for a little more than 23%. And then the term 90 makes up for about 42%. So when x equals 5, the term 90 actually makes up most of that polynomial expression, or at least more than the other two terms. But what happens when x equals 10? So let's let x equal 10. Now we see that 3x squared makes up for the largest portion. 3x squared now makes up about 61% of the total value of 490. What if x increases to 100? Now we see another big jump. 3x squared now makes up about 96.5% of the total value of this polynomial expression, which now has a value of 31,090. So if x equals 1,000, we let x increase a little more. Now our square is almost totally red. We actually can't see because of the ability of the computer graphics or our eyeballs. We can't even see the green or blue parts. We see that 3x squared is making up for about 99.66% of the total value of this polynomial expression. Now the polynomial expression is pretty large, and the 3x squared makes up for almost all of that. So if we increase x to maybe say 3,000, now 3x squared plus 10x plus 90 is really big, and the 3x squared part now makes up even more of that. The 3x squared part is making up closer and closer to 100% of the total value of the total polynomial expression. So as x increases and increases, 3x squared is becoming closer and closer to 100% of the total value of the polynomial expression. So as x increases without bound, 3x squared becomes almost the same value as 3x squared plus 10x plus 90. So that 3x squared part is making up for almost all of the polynomial expression as x increases without bound. So in this case, the 3x squared term dominates all of the other terms as x gets really, really large. And as we're going to see, this is actually true for any polynomial. The term with the largest exponent is going to dominate the other terms when x is really large, so that when x increases without bound, the entire polynomial expression begins to look essentially identical to the term with the largest power.